So, guys, it's really been a while. Um, Today we'll be talking about the age and marriage. So many people have asked this question, which is at what age should a man get married? And today I'll be giving you the answer. And guess what? The answer is marriage is not a function of age. As long as you are an adult, you can get married. The most important things and the most relevant questions to ask about marriage is, what type of a marriage do I want to have? What do I know about marriage? What kind of what kind of a wife do I want? How many books have I read about marriage? In fact, the most important thing is, what do you know about marriage? Marriage is a function of knowledge. You cannot say that uh, I I am 25, I am 30, I am 35. For that, all my age mates are getting married. Let me get married. You rush into it without being prepared, you run out of it. You can still be 40 and yet be a teenage and yet be unqualified and yet not be ready for marriage. You can still be 50, yeah, even 50, and yet you are not mentally, you are not financially qualified to get married. The first step towards marriage is to make your marriage plans. You get the type of marriage you want to have. Know the type of a marriage you want to have. Then know the type of things you expect in your marriage. Then you get into a relationship and you have an understanding with your supposed partner. Your supposed partner, that's the person you are in a relationship with. You make sure you try, you have an understanding of what type of marriage you both are going to have. That is when you should consider going into marriage. You don't go into marriage because you are so age, because you are 30, 40, 50. No. You don't, the worst part is that you don't even go into marriage because you have all the money on it. Because marriage, if money maintains marriage, then there will not be divorce among the richest men on earth. Most important thing in marriage is your knowledge and your personal development. When you know the type of a marriage you want, then it will help you to be able to get the kind of a person that is compatible with the type of a marriage that you are picturing in your mind. If you don't see somebody compatible, then you already know the outcome of that marriage. Even before the marriage, you already know the outcome. If marriage was a function of age, then there wouldn't be this popular adage that they say they fool at 40. That means anybody at a certain age can just go and get married. What of people at the age of 40 that cannot even feed themselves? Would they now go and get married because they are full of age? No. If you are full of age, you need to be full of finance and you need to be full of knowledge. And that knowledge, in most cases, is even the most important, more than the money and the age. You can see a 22 years old boy get married to an 18-year-old girl, and the marriage will last. At the same time they will get married, you will still see another 40 years old man get married to a 30 years old woman, and the marriage will not last. So age is not the most important thing. The most important thing is your knowledge and the compatibility, not age. That popular question, what age should a man get married, what age should a woman get married, is a wrong question, and that is why you hardly get an answer. So today I'm telling you that the answer is, marriage is not a function of age. It's a function of compatibility and knowledge. You need to study about marriage. One of the major reasons why marriages fail is that if you check the academic system, somebody will go to school and spend 6 years to study a course, to become a lawyer, to become a barrister, to become an engineer, to become a medical doctor. then they will come and be a professional. But when it comes to marriage, nobody studies about marriage. Nobody cares about marriage. They just wake up because you see some money in your account, you just rush into marriage. No, 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 no. You don't marry because you can marry. You marry because you are ready to marry, and you are you and then you know what you are going into, and you find somebody who aligns with where you are heading to, so that nothing will shock you. If not, that something will shock you.